Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Wednesday, June 25. In Squiz Kids Today, calls for a YouTube ban for kids, selfie madness in Florence, do orcas have a beauty routine, and Victoria's giant pear. That's what's making news, kid style.
The Lowdown.
YouTube may soon be banned for kids under the age of 16 as the Australian government works out the best way to keep you lot safe from the many harms lurking out there on the internet. Australia's e-safety commissioner, who is the person whose job it is to keep Aussies safe online, yesterday gave a speech in which she said she believed YouTube should be included in the list of apps and websites that the government will ban kids under the age of 16 from accessing later this year. But don't freak out just yet. There are still a lot of discussions to happen, as indeed there's a lot of work to be done to work out exactly how to check a kid's age to prevent them from using social media apps and visiting sites like YouTube. It's all part of the Aussie government's attempts to keep kids safe when they're online. The new rules are expected to be introduced in December, but as I said, there's a lot of detail yet to be worked out, so watch this space. Now, you'll remember on Monday we told you how the situation in the Middle East had gotten suddenly more tense after the United States dropped bunker-busting bombs on Iran. Well, there was a hint yesterday that it might all soon be over, with US President Donald Trump declaring the two countries at war, Israel and Iran, had agreed to a ceasefire. But the question at the time of recording this podcast was, will the ceasefire hold?
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Florence, a beautiful city in Italy, where a tourist visiting a famous museum has taken a selfie a little too far. The Uffizi Gallery in Florence is home to some of the most famous and beautiful works of art in the world, and it attracts many thousands of tourists every year. And because it's not enough anymore, apparently, just to go to an art gallery and simply look at the art, and apparently because we have to photograph it too, or even better, get a selfie with it, one man has fallen backwards while posing for a selfie and ripped the canvas of a priceless piece of art. Oh man, seriously peeps, the memory is the best phone camera any of us will ever have. And not every experience we have in life needs to be shared to social media. Newsflash. As Squizzy the Newshound himself would say, stop, look, and enjoy. And don't feel the need to make every moment a selfie.
Animal Kingdom.
Do orcas have elaborate underwater beauty regimes? Or do they rub each other with seaweed to make friends? That's the question marine scientists are asking after a pod of orcas was spotted in waters off Western Canada, lolling about together, rubbing each other with kelp. From an animal behaviour point of view, this is a big deal, and it might be the first time that orcas have been recorded in the wild using a tool. Now, when animals use tools to perform basic functions, like monkeys using rocks to break coconuts, or bears using sticks to dig honey out of trees, it's a sign of intelligence in that particular species. But the jury is out on whether the killer whales put seaweed in their mouths and drag it down the bodies of their buddies to exfoliate dead skin to make them more streamlined and better able to swim fast, or as a sign of affection. Clever killer whales.
Believe it or not.
If you've ever had the joy of a family road trip, and with school holidays fast approaching, maybe some of you have a road trip coming up, you'll know that among Australia's more quirky tourist attractions are our collection of big things. The big banana in Coffs Harbour, the big pineapple on the Sunshine Coast, the big prawn in Ballina, the big potato in Robertson, the big lobster in Kingston, South Australia, are just a few that spring to mind. Well, to that list we can soon add the big pear. And that's because the town of Shepparton in Victoria may soon become home to a 3-storey high pear, which people will be able to climb inside of and learn about the region and its proud history as a fruit-producing hub. Imagine the size of the pear crumble that you could make from a 3-storey high pear. Pear crumble.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What are orcas using to rub one another's bellies with in a display of tool use that has scientists excited? Yeah, that's right, it's kelp, or I'll also accept seaweed. Question number 2. In which country is the city of Florence home to the Uffizi Gallery? Well done if you were listening to that one, or if you know that Florence is based in Italy. Question number 3. Shepparton in Victoria may soon be the home of what large, oversized fruit tourist attraction? Yeah, that's right. It will be the big pear.
Shout-outs.
It's Wednesday, June 25. The Glastonbury Festival kicks off today in England, a massive music festival where Olivia Rodrigo will headline. How cool. Plus, it's a special day for these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today. Addison from Perth, Daniel from Paddington, Lara from Denham Court, Neva from Sydney, Hazel from Marrickville, Florence from Ashley, and Eric, who's listening all the way over there in Jaca in Spain. And a belated birthday shout-out goes to Orly from Mount Lawley. Ooh, look at that, it rhymes. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 6M with Mrs. Morgan at Cherrybrook Public School. Classes F7 and F8 with Mr. Salviari and Miss Smith at Hammond Park Primary School. Years 4, 5 and 6 with Mrs. Curry at Dunoon Public School. And all the students with Ms. Stack at Kettle Moraine Summer Academy in Wisconsin in the United States of America. That's because they're currently studying a unit about Australia. Oh, Ms. Stack, if you're listening and you want me to FaceTime into your classroom so your students can ask questions about Australia in real time with a real-life Aussie, send us an email to squizkids@thesquiz.com.au and I would love to help out. Otherwise, don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.